video. I had to add something onto it. So both that video and the vent video and another video still no works. It is what it is. Sometimes you finish the videos and then you forget to do the intro, outro, and you know, you gotta go back and put some touches to it. So, but sometimes it's easy. All you do is just make the video and just send it in. Either way, like and subscribe. This is Levi Girl. He give me a shave, haircut, and the glasses. Like I said in the video, I need a new one. It's supposedly is coming, so it is what it is. If not, yeah. So my glasses. What happened was, oh, who's this? Oh my God, yo, what's up? Yo, what's good, man? All right, what's good, bro? We good? All right, all right. Yeah. Jose. In case you didn't know, my HPT 100. It's a no-no for sublimation. I've been thinking about doing it off and on. I didn't have the printhead. So, backstory. I had purchased the HPT 100, and it was great because I found I had refillable cartridges, so that's why I purchased it. All right. Oh, what's going on? Distinct Performance. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. Yeah. You broke it. LOL. No, 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 no. I didn't break it. I didn't break it. Oh. I know you kidding on that, but I didn't break it. All right. So yes, what ended up happening was when I first purchased it, I looked to see if it had. This was 2018. Well, around 2018, 2019, those times. I purchased it, and I believe it had what is called refillable ink cartridges. I saw that, and I was okay. But this is a good purchase because in the future I can change the ink to go from regular ink to sublimation ink, because large printers to buy ink for them is between $150 to like $200. So it's almost like every time the ink cartridge is done, it's like you're buying a brand new printer. You know what I mean? And if you're not justifying the cost for the ink, then you're just gonna be wasting ink. But that wasn't the case with the HPT 100. So here's little known fact about the HPT 100. The actual printhead comes out. It is sold individually, just like they sell the cartridges, right? So when the printhead has had enough usage, right, it expires, and then you have to just remove it, put a new one. Removing it is super easy. You know what I'm saying? Super easy. Now, the ink cartridges, they're pretty much, let's say, 50% less than the actual printheads. Printheads last from a year to 3 years, depending on how well you deal with the printer. You know what? Let me make you a moderator, man, because I talk to you the performance a lot. So, all right, cool. Let's say add as moderator. There we go. Okay. Managing moderator. Okay, cool. There you go. You're a moderator now. Nice. I think yeah, you are the two guys I talk to the most, besides my personal friend, same state, been same congregation, all that stuff. Oh yeah, back to the HPT 100. So I purchased it and found out everyone was good with it, and I said great. So I was using it. I printed like about 1,000 or more prints on that printer before, I ended up buying the shop. Well, I mean, not buying the shop, leasing the shop that I had around 2020 or so, 2019 to 2020. So once that happened, the next step is I am all ready. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, oh, I picked the wrong person. No, I did. I picked the right person. Cool, cool. Yep. Yeah. So 2020 hit. I had the printer kind of sitting in the shop because at the time, no, actually at the time I was still using the printer. I was doing prints for other people, posters, stuff like that, and then I added lamination to it. The printer is great, man. Like it prints, and then the lamination I have the hot lamination and the cold lamination. So I was doing. Some people wanted like old photos and stuff, so I put in the software. The software did something with it where it blew it up and was able to still keep its consistencies, right? Comment on the bottom. All right. Hey, your day is going. How your day going? Yeah. My day is going great. I just wrapped up the video with the HPT 100. And I'm gonna get to all that. I just want to go through the sequence. Yeah. So I was doing a lot of stuff with the printer. So even though I didn't really make shirts with it, I did a lot. And it got to a point where I was like, wait, can the HPT 100 do shirts? And it can. Because it's a regular printer, you can do those store-bought printable, or even what's that thing called? Soft stretch, light or dark color printable images, right? Where you print through the printer, and it did it. It did a really great job. You know what I'm saying? I usually do those for funerals because people don't wear them as much, and yeah. Now, pretty much everything I do is either sublimation, DTF, or vinyl, and also screen printing, which will go into all those, right? I tend to stay away from those heat transfers because the bad news about those is this, right? They're not forgiving, right? Whenever you do heat transfer, they tend to, when you wash, especially if you're using a harsh detergent, it will wash away. And I had that before. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've had that before. This is why I've improved a lot of my practices, because when you're having issues, right, you're supposed to learn and build and do better, right? So yeah, so now I was able to use that printer for that, right? And I have a video on that. Afterwards, moved into the shop. Moved into an apartment. From being in the apartment, what ended up happening was, and this was during my separation, my wife and stuff. So from being in the apartment, what happened was, like, I had a 3-bedroom, and I was able to use one of those bedrooms. Actually, I had 3-bedroom in the office, so I was able to use the office as an office. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was able to, like, put my shop in the office, and everything in there fit. You know, it was tight, but everything fit. So I had the printer just sitting there, and I didn't really know what to do with it because at the time I didn't have much use for it, and it just sat there. Now, eventually, what happened was, I reconciled, went back to wife, and the printer, the HPT 100, continued to just sit there because I was basically building and designs, not really posters and large prints. You know what I'm saying? So the printer just sat there. Now, here's why I didn't know about the HPT 100. The HPT 100 has Wi-Fi capability. On top of that Wi-Fi capability, it has its own web page in a way where you can just put in with the IP address on the address bar, and it will bring you to your own personal HPT 100 system where you can update it. You can do anything you want to do that's within its range of allowing you to, right? And it will also tell you how long your prints have, print heads, all those things, right? Now, while HP is doing all these things in the background, updating it, upgrading it, I didn't know. So what ended up happening was, I had a printer that I didn't know. Eventually, the print head I was sitting on it would be obsolete, right? To the point where the printer would not even recognize it, you know? And they did that on purpose. HP did that on purpose because they wanted a printer that could stay a printer, because ultimately the printer itself has technology that's a little bit advanced for itself anyways, that it will keep up with the times. So why throw away the printer when you can get new print heads? And that was just what they figured out. So now HP new print heads have an automatic date on it. If it does not have a date on it, it's still working. Good for you. But the minute you turn that printer off, and it figures out by turning on its Wi-Fi capability to update itself, right? Because it's gonna ask you that. Then it's gonna say, hey, the old print head you have is expired. You need to get a new one. And the new one, like I showed in the video that I have, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. It automatically goes on, no sensors, no issues, and it comes with the starter ink. The starter ink is like 12 ml. The regular ink is 29 ml, which is a big difference. This is why they say if you have the starter ink, always buy regular ink, because if not, you're gonna have issues, right? When the ink is over. So I let the printer sit, and while the printer was sitting, not working. And now I'm sitting here with like 3 printers not working. I said, what's going on? Call HP. HP explained to me, you need a new print head. This is what this whole conversation is about right now. You have to get a new print head, and when you open the box, you need to buy the print head, but not buy the print heads what people are trying to do. And I was tempted to do it. Now I know too much about this printer to know, even though I cleaned the print heads and I tried to, let's say if I was trying to sell, the memory chip on those printers would automatically tell that new printer that this print head is old and it will not accept it. So somebody would just be sitting with a print head in their hand, not being able to use it, and that wouldn't make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? Maybe somebody developed a chip that could, a chip system that could restore those print heads to make them seem as if they were new, and we can eventually start reusing them again. I'll search for that. You never know, you know? So yeah, so now I got the new print head, right? New print head comes with the kit, the ink, 12 ml with the ink, whatever, right? The actual inks you need to get has at least 29 ml with the ink. Those are the regular inks, right? So now I'm thinking, okay, cool. I'm gonna put this in and it'll work. I put it in and it worked, which was good. It's good. It's sitting there, printer's working great. But here's another thing about the HP t100. It does not waste ink like most large printers do, because its print head is made to be removable and replaceable. They spend more time on making the print head more ink friendly, and because of that, that printer is very efficient. If I put an ink that says halfway full and I haven't had it work for like good 2-3 months, I'm gonna come back to it. It's gonna say halfway full. You know what I'm saying? Because it does not like to waste ink, and it has a system set up where the ink head is perfect. All right. So with that said, I said to myself, okay, I put in the starter kit. Starter kit works. Like I said, I did the video on it. It's soon to come out. Hopefully I don't have too many videos in the work, because I keep making them and I keep forgetting to post it and do my extra editing. But it is what it is. Y'all know what it is. So now what's happening with the printer is it's working great. This printer is working phenomenal with the regular HP genuine ink. Perfect. So I said, okay, now is the moment of truth. I tried testing, which is what everybody wanted to know. Can the HP T100 do sublimation? The answer is yes, it can do sublimation. That's your answer. It's yes, it can do sublimation. However, you need to have refillable cartridges because HP doesn't make sublimation and cartridges. Who knows? Maybe I could call them and talk to them. Maybe they'll make it. But I think it's probably gonna be a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so now what's going on is this, right? I went in and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna try to use these refillable ink cartridges, right? And I was excited. I filled them up, you know what I mean? I did the video, showed you step by step. And I said, yes, we're gonna do it. Man, the printer is so smart. It's like they took a computer and put a print head on it. Yo, my SPT 100 is so smart and so genius that when I put the ink cartridge, I said, what the hell is this? Yo, number one, chip doesn't work. Number two, this is not genuine ink, right? I don't know what you're giving me, but this is not genuine HP ink, nor are the cartridges what I want. So I said, okay, let me see if this printer is really smart or if it's just messing with me, right? So I think they put a system software in there because remember, they said the printer is smart enough that it could take information like basically a laptop or a computer. They don't need to upgrade the printer. They just need to upgrade the print head. So now the print head understands and knows the difference between what's its ink and what's not its ink, what is its cartridges and what is not its cartridges. This printer is a lot smarter than I thought it was, right? So what are we going to do about that? Now, I was thinking to myself, like, you know what? Maybe I should make what I'm about to say a goal. Yeah, either way. So now that we're in the new calendar year 2024, right? I'm thinking about something I'm gonna mention after I'm done with this HPT 100 update. So it can't do sublimation simply because if you can't use fillable ink cartridges, you cannot do use the T1000 for stickers. It's T100, but yes. So you can do stickers in it, and I can do stickers. And also I have a cold and hot laminator. I can laminate those stickers too. And also I can use it, and I have been using it for people who want to do like what's that thing called? Labels for bottles and mugs and stuff like that, right? Just regular labels for their company, right? Whatever they want to sell, you know, small mom and pops. I do that stuff, and I have a cold laminator to allow me that stuff too. It's 24. Yeah. So yeah. So one, like you said, you know, let me finish. I'll go into what it can do, and because this is not a hit or miss, it's a crucial part to what I, and it allows me to allow any customer to receive, because I don't carry or whatever they want. So with the understanding, like, yo, I'm so upgraded that I know when you check, it's not mine. That printer is smart. It can figure out so many things. It's crazy. It is crazy, man. Like, it's like, wow. And then the thing about that is time, it just gets smarter. The way they invented upgrading itself, and then they just give you the print head, and the print every time is upgraded. So yes, if you have a system that keeps upgrading every year to every 6 months, if you create counterfeit chips to use on it for refillable cartridges, that's going to be hard. I mean, it's going to take somebody that knows how to bypass that firewall to be able to create a refillable cartridge that manage to understand, okay, at a certain time I need to tell the to update me. I can fit into its requirement as this new print head has just been in. Say, okay, new print head and cartridges are both updated. If not, it's not going to work. However, there's a line about to come to inform you what diabolical plan may be. Whoa. Sorry about that. Hold on, let me come full stop sign and tell you what it is. All right. Okay. All right. So now there's something about the printer that I said I had to discover. So I had purchased ink from HP, genuine ink, and I said, okay, why fight the system? Let's work with the system. So I opened up I opened up a genuine cartridge that was empty. And I looked at that cartridge and I said, okay, what have they done to this printer that makes it able and capable of being able to bypass all these things that we can do to it, right? So what they realized is this. After they were able to tell the printer, hey, if any chip comes that's not our specific chip, don't use it, and do not, and say that there is no ink, you need to put in the genuine ink in it, right? They were done with that. Next step is, as far as the ink itself, we need to figure a way to bypass these YouTubers who are creating DIY printers when they're supposed to be buying the actual sublimation printers that cost thousands. Like a 24-inch sublimation printer, I believe the cheapest you can get is 3,000 to 5,000 is the cheapest, and then it goes sky high from there, right? And that's probably used. So for me to have been able to convert this printer into a sublimation printer, oh my gosh, it would have been crazy. And here's the thing about sublimation ink, a lot of people don't realize. You can actually use sublimation ink as regular ink for your paper, right? Now, here's the cool thing about sublimation ink. If you use it as so I didn't have to put the original ink in, put in the refillable cartridges in. I didn't have to do all that. I could just let it print if I want to do whatever. All I have to do is just make sure I refill it. It would have been expensive ink for whatever work it was, but it would have been doable, right? So now, if you printed on regular paper on sublimation ink, with sublimation ink, you drop water on it, the water will only affect the paper, it won't affect the ink. So now you have waterproof ink, right? So I said, okay, well, I know I can use regular paper and I'll have to change it back and forth so the printer don't figure out, hey, something's going on here. You're not using genuine ink. But man, after realizing they bypassed everything, I said, oh my God, I need to figure it out. So my diabolical plan was I was going to go into the into the ink cartridges and figure the ink cartridges out, because if the Chinese companies can't create what I want, I need to figure it out. And one thing I have is something called it's one of those little screw tops you can drill into a cartridge. But before I drill into the cartridge and remove the original ink and add my sublimation ink, right? I said, I need to figure this cartridge out. I opened up the cartridge, right? So they've figured out so many ways to get us content creators, these t-shirt DIYers, to not use their printer and to buy regular printers, that they did this. So when you open a regular cartridge back then, the whole thing was ink, right? Now they make it so half of the cartridge is completely empty. So if you think you're gonna drill into the end, right, pour in your ink and then use it, you're sadly mistaken. You're looking at still regular ink, right? So I said, oh my God, had I just decided to drill into this cartridge, fill it with sublimation ink, I would have just had regular ink. And they make it so the section that needs to have the regular ink is completely sealed from the empty side, right? But the other side that's supposed to have ink has ink. So by opening these cartridges, I've been able to figure out exactly where to drill to remove the original ink. And also the fact that it does not have an ink bladder, meaning like a, what's that thing called? It's like a sack where the ink goes into. The fact that it does not have that, man, it's even easier to do it, right? So open up the cartridge, figure that out. So now if I wanted to really do sublimation and I really am not able to get a new printer, hint, what the next thing I'm about to say is for the new calendar year, then I may consider just drilling into those and then removing the original ink and swap it and put in sublimation ink. Now the printer will still think that it has its original ink in there. I will still be able to do sublimation printing. And I can still use that printer. I can still use the ink if I want to for regular printing. But if I'm able to drill it, it makes no sense. I might as well just buy two, fill one with sublimation ink, the other one is just regular ink, and just swap them in and out. And I'll know the difference between one will be drilled, one won't, right? But here's the other thing. Now, as you thinking like, okay, I'll be able to drill inside and add sublimation ink, right? It's not going to be that easy. You're going to have to do it from the back side, right? Which is the front where the ink cartridge is looking at. You can't do it from on top, because when you push the ink cartridges in, there's an area where it has to catch the ink, and then as you're pushing the ink cartridges in, if you have it interfered, the ink cartridges won't go in. So it has to be from the side bottom, not the side this way, but like from in front as the pen is looking at you, down a little bit in. So you have to create something like a channel that will be able to add ink, and also a channel that will be able to remove ink too. So it's gonna be daunting if you want to do it, but you'd have to. Either way, I'm not doing it because I'm looking at the challenges that I would face to be able to do that. Just add sublimation ink, which would not be that bad, but at the same time, like, nah, I'm not willing to do all that extra work. You know what I mean? Yeah. So now, what is happening with the printer is the ink itself. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can cut a hole inside the front, like where you would put the ink. Make like a little square, and then push my drill to go all the way inside to where the ink part is, but drill like in the middle or something like that. Put a holes in there, remove all the original ink, put some water to backwash to remove all the ink that's in there, figure out how much CC is supposed to go in there, right? Then push a plug in there. Put in the sublimation ink, put a plug in there, and then we're good. So these are all ways that I could do this. So can the t100 do sublimation? Yes, it can. But are we going to, is there a refillable ink cartridge to make it easy without doing all those extra steps? No, there isn't. No, there isn't. They've able to keep up with modern technology as far as the chips that I haven't not found one printer that's willing to accept that refillable chip anymore. So they made it so now you have to buy that printer ink. You know what I'm saying? Now, is this still a great printer? Yes, it is. It is. It's a really good printer. That's why I have it. Now, what else can you do with it? You can do stickers. You can do small 24 by 6, or you can do as large as 13 by 19 in the carrier tray that it has. Or if you want, you can do even. You can do even the roll sheet with stickers, right? Because they have roll size sticker sheets that you can easily print on, which is no issue. So that's pretty much it for the HP t100. What else can you do with it? You can do posters, pictures, all those stuff, right? If you're big into weddings, you can do large size wedding pictures and stuff like that. If you're big into like parties, you can purchase the cardboard, I forgot what you call it. I think it's the like cardboard poster paper, right? And all you do is you put in cutting borders on it. You put it on your large cutter if it has a eye that can recognize cutting borders, right? And you can do a large array of stuff from cards to what's that thing called? Posters, whether it's party posters or regular posters, any posters. Like, sky's the limit what you can do with it. But as far as garment decorating, at the moment, I have not seen any new print heads. Any new cartridges, refillable cartridges that has been updated to deal with that type of printer, right? So garment, out of the question for now. We might do it as an experiment where we make it into one, but not anytime soon. I got too many things to do. I'm getting busy, and within the 2 to 3 months I have of somewhat of a silence, not much order coming through, not much to do. This is the time I usually focus on purchasing ink. This is also the time I use on buying all the supplies I need for the year. Once the tax money comes in, as far as like what I've spent for the shop, and I add it to be able to get back as far as discounts and stuff like that. So that's what I usually do, so I can manage my spending well and being able to have everything I need for the beginning of the year, right? So now the new calendar year, we're off of HPT 100, so I will not be talking about sublimation about it, right? So do I have a printer that does sublimation? Yes, I do. Currently I have the Epson 7710, but that printer has been a battle ever since I purchased it. I don't know about other people, but whenever I want to print large on that printer and I set it up to print large, for some reason it does not want to. It still wants to go to its pre-desired 8 by 11. And it's been an issue sometimes. I've been able to maneuver and print large, as you've seen on my mini sublimation printing videos. And I've used it to print. What usually happens with that printer is like we fight back and forth. No, I want you to print large. No, I want to print 8 by 11. No, you should print large. You can print large. And before you know it, it says, okay, whatever, I'll print large. And then it prints the size that I want it, sometimes between, it can print as wide as 13 by 19, but I mostly use it for a, like 11 by 16. Those are usually the sizes I print when it comes to large printing. So yeah, so now that printer is printing large. It's printing large, right? And then as I stop using it for a little bit, it starts giving me issue again. No, I don't want to print large. I want to print, and I have to go through the whole cycle of telling the printer, like, yo, just print my size. And this usually is a time frame of 1 to 2 days. I was trying to figure out, remember what I did, because I don't do as much sublimation anymore because of, having the DTF printer. And then I'll go back and forth depending on what the customer wants. My true goal for this calendar year, I can help with that. Oh, we should stay in contact. Nice, nice, nice. Maybe a collab video would be great. Of me having the printer, trying to print, it's not working. Then you like, yeah, this is what you do, this and that, yada yada. Sublimation. Yeah, so what ended up happening is like the printer does not want to do what I tell it to, and then eventually it does. But throughout this whole process, it messes up my orders because now, I had an order for like 40 shirts, right? I did them, but it took time from fighting with the printer back and forth. And then also, if you let your sublimation printer sit, for some reason, the yellow ink, it runs sometime when you do a print head cleaning. It like overruns. So, I think I hear a siren, but I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, okay, I found the problem. Okay, cool. Found the problem. All right. Yeah, so my whole plan was like my HP t100, when it comes to printing, this thing is queen or king, whatever you want to call it. I think printers, most guys refer to them as females, machines. So yeah, it's queen. Now that I can't do sublimation printing on it, it becomes slight of an issue because sublimation is my like go-to. If I want, and that's the other thing. Like when I do funeral shirts, I wanna. All right, we had to stop. I print pure sheet once a week. Oh, I print per sheet once a week with sublimation printer just to get the ink flowing. Okay, that's what I should do because I barely print one a week. Usually I just print it when I have an order. So I'll have like maybe an order of 20, but it's like 1 to 2 weeks later, sometimes 3 weeks. And then as I'm printing that large order, the printers give me issues and it runs into my printing time, my shirt time for delivery. Yeah, currently me and the printer, the 7710, we're having issues, which is why I was hoping and banking on the HVT 100 on doing sublimation with my filbert ink cartridges. But it doesn't, because now that printer kind of stalled itself. It doesn't want to print. Each time I tell it to print, I have to resize the print, and each time I do, it just gives me issues. So it is what it is. So I was looking for a substitute for in case it does give me issues and days that feels like working for like little odd projects I have going on. I can use it. But anyways, yeah. What time is it? Ooh, I'm on time. Nice. Okay, so all right, back to the talk. So, black always clogs, but you can shake cartridges to mix the inks. my issue with my printer is that it doesn't clog. And the only time I've had my 7710 clog was when I was using when I went from using Sublimation ink to DTF ink. Listen, guy, just turn. Oh man, I hate those people, man. Like, yo, they turn when it's red. Like they'll stay in the middle of the street and won't turn until it's red. Cars are letting you go, just go. This guy's just like, nope, I'm not gonna turn. I like to turn when it's red. I'm in the middle of the street anyway, so that's when I'm gonna turn. Oh man, these people, man. Oh, I'm on camera. Oh snap. Pardon me, guys. That's my little talk impression of others, you know, when they're talking and stuff. Anyways, yeah. So what were we talking about? Yeah. So that's what my Epson 7710, 10 does. It's an old printer. That's my guy right there. That's what I'm talking about. I let you turn. You're in the middle. It's green. You still got the right way. You turn. Keep turning. Yes. That's good driving right there. And I just continue my way, and then the car behind you says, "Yes, now we can go forward." Yes. I hate people that block intersections. You're blocking the traffic behind you. You're blocking the traffic to the side of you. So nobody can do anything until the light turns red. Like, well, what's the purpose? You know? So now I have a red light. The cars behind you have a red light. And now you created, you know, but anyways. Yeah, stop ranting. Yeah, so that's the issue with the HPT 100, HPT 100, and then also the Epson 7710. Because of those issues, my sublimation has been stalled. Like I haven't done sublimation for like a while, since the summertime. No, is it since the summertime? Yeah, since the summertime. Because each time I'm having issues, and I say, you know, forget it. So I just go to DTF. That's why it was crucial to have my DTF printer. But man, I've been doing so many DTF orders. As far as like DTF goes, and like I don't want to keep doing DTF orders. Like I have a small shop. Yes, I've been able to put a vent. I do have a purifier, air purifier, but you know, it's come to a point where like DTF is good on a lot of occasions. What is this? Open chat? Huh. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. So I went to an open chat thingy. What is all these things in the bottom? What is this? Oh, I didn't know I can pin website here. Holy moly. I'm learning a lot. Wow. Okay, close this. What is the plus sign? Start a poll. Oh, I can start a poll. Wow, what is this? Oh, these are different filters. Getting distracted here. I better go back to regular focus. Okay, cool. Back to the. All right, cool. Yeah, press it again. Okay, it's back. All right, yeah. So now with the 7710 now allow me to do sublimation. It's the only print I have for sublimation. Now, one thing I always do when I have a shop, is I always have two of everything. If one fails or one needs to be worked on, the other one takes its place. And I failed on that part. Even like I have the HPT 100, but I also have a 7310. right? Not converted. It just does regular printing. Why? Because I wanted a printer that's designated to only doing regular printing in case I wanted to do some films for screen printing. Because even though I do the HDD vinyls, when it's something is very complex and it's um, really small, like I'm about to use the action step, the one that Mikey Design has. I'm about to use that one, right? And I'm gonna need to have a printer that can print out a film. Oh man, excuse me. All right. So yeah. So with that said, I failed on the part of I was supposed to have two printers for Sublimation, right? Now I did in a way. I had one which was the Mega Tank, but I got rid of that. If you let the Sublimation ink sit on it, no, that's not the reason why I messed up. It messed up because I was what do you call it? Using the syringe to put the ink into it, even though it does a system flush where it pushes the ink in. The fact that I didn't use the actual ink bottles to put Sublimation ink on it for it to do its purging and pulling of the ink correctly, I messed that part up, and because of that, the printer ended up not printing through all its channels. Some of it would print, some of it won't, and so I was like, you know what, forget it. I got rid of it. So yeah, that's what happened to that Mega Tank. The Canon Mega Tank, I got rid of it. Is it still good? Yes, it's good, but you have to go into the ink bottles itself, remove the ink that's there, and put in Sublimation ink. So when it's pulling the ink, it can know, okay, it's my ink, and then it starts the purging cycle. If not, I think it has a fail-safe to mess you up in case you're trying to put ink that you're not supposed to in there. But either way, that is gone, and I need a printer that can do larger than 13 by 19, because I want to be, if somebody asks for like a shirt, rest in peace shirt, I want to get away from those what's that thing called, printables. I hate printables, man. Some of y'all will understand me. I hate doing printable images, printable images. I want to do Sublimation or DTF, but that'd be on a rare occasion because I'm not spending that expensive ink on a situation like that. But that's like if I'm out of ink, you know what I'm saying? But these are the situations I want to there, and then I want the backgrounds, and I want like the whole shirt to just have like a message, and so it's no longer a shirt that somebody just wears and then throws away, you know, or just put it in their closet. I want that shirt to be like, okay, that person is gone, but even if I'm not wearing the shirt, I'm gonna frame it. You know what I mean? Like on like some like what is this guy doing? Yeah, I want something. Oh, dang it. Dude is messing me up, man. Yes. I'm literally right there on my destination, and this guy's caused me issues. That's cool. But yeah, so we're always going to talk about the news.
Take the parking ticket.
You know what? I think I may have to do tomorrow an update.
Take the parking ticket.
I'll do an update tomorrow. But
following the guidance.
For those of you who stayed long enough, the news is going to be me talking about the new printer that I plan on getting. To do printing, and it's not the F570. Ooh, I was here. And thank you, moderators. All right, my guy, this Think Performance. We're gonna stay in contact.